What's up guys, my name is Brock, you're watching The Modest Man, and today I want to talk about growing your hair out. I've been growing mine out for about 2 months now with a couple of cleanups, but it's pretty long. It's longer than it's been in a while, probably about 6 inches in the front, maybe 2 or 3 inches on the side and the back. I'll be honest, long hair is not as convenient as short hair. It's kind of a pain when you're like working out or running or something, you gotta wear a hat or a headband. It's kind of annoying, but I think it looks pretty cool, and you know, if you can get past that awkward phase, which is kind of where I am, I think you can, try some different hairstyles that a lot of guys will never try and you might love. So definitely worth doing at least once in your life. When it's at this length, it's a little different. It's a little harder to style than just having like the classic short on the sides, long on top, undercut side part. So what I've been doing is something called the swept back side part, or like the comb over side part. But it's basically a side part, but since your hair is this long, it kind of all gets brushed towards the back. So you don't have to follow that swirl of the crown of your head, you just go straight back. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna show you what product I'm using, which is a sea salt spray. But to do this, you want your hair to be pretty much all the way dry. So I've towel dried my hair right after a shower, and so I'm just gonna wait for it to dry a little bit more. You could also blow dry it, but I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I style it. All right, so I'll talk to you in about 15-20 minutes. Okay, so hair is almost dry. It's still a little damp, but it's it's not like dripping wet or anything, which is important because the product that we're gonna use is a sea salt spray. This one is called Blank Slate. It's from Beard Brand. It's basically salt water, so it's gonna make my hair wet. So you don't wanna start with really wet hair because then you're just adding more moisture. So you wanna start with hair that's pretty much dry or even totally dry. So what I like to do is just to get all the tangles out first, just to make sure there's no knots or anything. You can use a comb or a brush for this, and then take your spray and see how it's kind of cloudy and it sort of separates. So you want to shake it up so it's all uniform in consistency. So apply the sea salt spray pretty liberally, and then you just want to brush your hair all the way back, especially on the sides, and then you want to create your part. But the thing is with this part, it doesn't go all the way back to the back of your head. It just goes a couple inches, and then the rest just gets pushed straight back. So the actual part line doesn't go all the way to the back of your head. It's just maybe halfway to the back of your head, and then everything else on both sides of the part just gets pushed straight back. And that's the thing, is your hair has to be kind of long to do that kind of part. Otherwise, you have to follow the little swirl of your head. And so like even my hair now, with as long as it is, it still doesn't really want to go back like that. So that's why you have to use a little bit of product to make sure it stays. If you're noticing that like the sides are kind of sticking out or aren't really doing what you want, you can use a stronger product just to glue back the sides and maybe the top. So for example, I'll take some of this paste, this Pete and Pedro paste, and you can see it's kind of sticky. I'll just take a little bit of it and just kind of glue the sides and the back a little bit, just so they're doing what I want them to do. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now here's the thing about this technique. It doesn't look great when you first do it, but when it dries, it looks awesome. So I'll come back in about 30 minutes or an hour and give you an update when it's totally dry and it looks, really cool. Okay, so see you in like an hour. All right, so it's about 2 hours later. My hair is pretty much completely dry, and you can see that it's just got this kind of texture to it, but it's not like pomade, where it's like really stuck down or shiny or totally like clean cut. It's a little messier, it's finger styled, kind of windswept, and I really like that look. So I'll give you the 360 view real quick. I hope that helps. If you've been thinking about growing your hair out, I encourage you to try it. Just don't get your hair cut for 2 or 3 months and just see what happens, see how it feels. I think it's a good thing for every guy to do. If you have any questions about this hairstyle or anything else, leave a comment down below. And until next time, stay stylish.